kind of walking through this exhibit, the evolving planet, kind of showing what Earth is like as it evolved through time. And there's somebody back over there. Can't see the forest or the trees, but someone's staring right back at us. Who's that guy? Is he still there? I'm just messing with you guys. There's a big mirror over here, of course. Which obviously back millions of years ago, the world was covered in mirrors. That's a fun little fact. Not a lot of people knew that, so pretty self-indulgent. Hi, everybody. It's me, your friendly controller, and a heck of a paleontologist, if I do say so myself. I'm neither of those things, but if you ever rode Dinosaur, Countdown to Extinction, you'll know what I'm talking about. Oh, we're getting closer to the dinosaur skeletons. And there they are, yes! Let the excitement build. All right, let's see what we can get ourselves into. Ah, good old Dimetrodon. It reminds me of my times back in the day on the, was it Universe of Energy ride back in Disney, but you can see kind of the bones going up into that sail, that fin, which I thought was to kind of deal with heat. Apparently that's what it says here. Sails on Dimetrodon and other Phenacodontids absorbed and shed the sun's heat for keeping warm and cooling down, or a sail might have helped attract a mate. Well, there you go. That's all you need, folks. If you got a nice big old sail on your back, you'll have no trouble finding a date. There you go. Pro love tips from Jimmy. Oh, the moment we've all been waiting for. We finally get to see the dinosaurs. Ah, yes, guys, I'm so excited. I'm a kid in a candy store. I feel like this is like adult daycare for me. But anyway, let's go around, let's look at these things and appreciate how beautiful they are, or once were. All right, let's start with a fan favorite here, Triceratops. One of the coolest things. If you didn't understand Triceratops, 1, 2, 3, kind of think of like a rhinoceros, but you just times it by 3. As far as the horns go. One thing that's actually really cool, I was reading about the Triceratops and their brothers, cousins, the Anchiceratops? You guys read that? Yeah. So you can see over here, this one actually has holes in the frill. The other ones are solid, but they're much lighter. This one had holes in it. I'm not exactly sure why that is. Maybe this made it lighter for the thing, you know, so it wasn't as big of an issue to deal with, because that's a lot of weight on top of your head all the time. Imagine putting on, like, I don't know, maybe a lead hat and just wearing it forever. Put a couple holes in that hat, it's a little lighter, but who knows, it's still really cool, and you can really, again, get an appreciation of how massive these creatures were. You know, like, look at the size of this thing. Oh my goodness. And the cool thing too, you can kind of see that armor plating more so up in the front with the frill. But you can see how crazy these things are. Now, they were saying in the video, the Waking the T-Rex, that the T-Rex had the ability to actually bite through not just flesh or hard flesh, but bone as well. So really nothing out there, even these guys, where the T-Rex could bite, if they could bite them, couldn't prevent an attack. Still, Triceratops, one of my personal favorites, but I mean, who doesn't like this guy? Just imagine this thing coming right at you. Wow. If you're interested in knowing what this group of dinosaurs is called, the Marginocephalian, there you go. And okay, what does that mean? So you have margin, which is Latin for, what does it say here? It says right here. So yeah, so I noticed that this cephalian right here is there. So margin, so there's like, that means, I think, denotes the actual margin, the frill on the back of their head. So you have a marginal head things. There you go, so you can kind of see the group. Nice little family shot of them. Nice of them to get together like this. Yeah, that's a really fascinating thing. If you ever go to a museum and you see these older animals, or just, you know, dinosaurs obviously, try to break the words apart. That's what I try to do, just for fun, to see if you can kind of guess what the name is. I got the cephalopod. That's what I was thinking, so it was close, but we'll see if we can do better on the next one. Next up is my good buddy, the Parasaurolophus. Yes, a hadrosaur. Again, another dinosaur I saw back in the day on Countdown to Extinction, or Dinosaur. If you're not familiar with that ride at Animal Kingdom in Disney World, I highly recommend you go look up a POV of it. But this is I believe it's a duck-billed? Yes, duck-billed dinosaur. You can see their teeth are more for grinding. That's for plants. They're not trying to tear anything apart, kind of like the Triceratops back there. But once again, look at this thing. Look, I'm walking, guys. I'm walking. Look at this. Huge. And right underneath it, apparently this is a Maiasaura right here, another duck-billed dinosaur. So you can see the similarities here, especially when you look at the faces of these things. You can kind of see the teeth and this, like the curvature of the head there. And then you come over here and you kind of get a similar thing. But the really cool thing about the Parasaurolophus is it's got that nice big crest, that kind of bone in the back there. Very cool. Another cool thing I was reading here is that this is a holotype. So if you have a Parasaurolophus bone that you think is that, you have to come and get it identified, comparing it to this guy right up here. That is actually really cool. Fantastic. And you can see that he's like a pretty good specimen, or she. You get the Tron down in the back there. Camera's like, that's the face. We want to zoom in on that. All right, time to once again channel our inner kind of like wildlife nature video. So let's see. The bony crest on the head of the Parasaurolophus and some other hadrosaurs is hollow and is connected to the nasal passage. By forcing air through the passages in the crest, hadrosaurs could have made a symphony of sounds for communicating with other members of their species, including potential mates. Here is a sampling. Can you guys hear that? It's hard. I have to like pump this thing here. See that? Kind of like that deep, kind of hollow noise. Pretty cool, actually. Here we're looking at a sauropod thigh bone. This is just the thigh bone. Now, this is one that I can touch, so you can see my hand here. I got a pretty big old grabber, as it were. You can see how massive this thing is, and this is just one piece. This thing is supposed to be 30 feet tall and 70 feet long. Can you imagine this thing walking around today? Oh man. Here we are looking over the remains of one of the hadrosaurs being attacked by the Daspletosaurus. Very cool. Not exactly Sue the T-Rex, but still you can get appreciation for how big these carnivores, there we go, really were. Really fun to look at, actually, and just kind of walk around, get kind of a feel for what it'd be like to kind of be in the presence of one of these things. I don't know if I'd want to be. I'm not sure. People are like, Jurassic Park or World could be a real thing. It's like, I don't know. But yeah, it's just really fascinating to see them. And I kind of appreciate this more of like an action shot, quote unquote, to see like what it would look like potentially out, you know, after a hunt or something like that. Yeah, really cool.
Brontosaurus had 3 vertebrae, but that of Brontosaurus had 5. Paleontologists continue to think that Apatosaurus and Brontosaurus were different dinosaurs until 1903, when Field Museum paleontologist Elmer Riggs challenged that understanding. After studying the Apatosaurus skeleton in front of you, Riggs concluded that the differences Marsh observed in the pelvises of Apatosaurus and Brontosaurus were simply age-related. A younger animal has 3 vertebrae in its pelvis, whereas an older animal has 5. As the animal grows, 1 vertebra from the back and 1 vertebra from the tail are added to the original 3, making 5 vertebrae in the pelvis. Thus, the Apatosaurus and Brontosaurus skeletons were actually different examples of the same dinosaur species. Since Apatosaurus was named first, the name Brontosaurus is no longer used by paleontologists, but the name still lingers in the public mind.
Alright, so you guys just saw that. Don't call it Brontosaurus anymore, it's Apatosaurus. But speaking of Apatosaurus, hello my friend. This guy. Again, I'm here, standing here. We're not exactly at, you know, the same level, but still, wow, massive. Let's get a better look at him, shall we? Just for a size comparison, this is an Apatosaurus footprint, and this is my foot. Yes, that's right, it's mine. But it's like, you know, size 12, so look at this. It's huge, oh my gosh, it's gigantic. There we go, just get an appreciation for how massive this creature actually is. Oh my, so wonderful. You can see that they actually have like these kind of, the riggings that they have set up are really fortified to make sure that this thing does not collapse on the patrons here. So, exactly. Man, massive, truly massive Apatosaurus. Wow, cool. And one of the sauropods, we're talking about the thigh bones before, so I mean, look at this. Oh my gosh, like enormous. Yes. And then he is flanked over here by the Rapatosaurus. This is the Rapatosaurus. Okay. Very cool. Yeah. There you go. And now to another fan favorite, the Stegosaurus. One of the coolest dinosaurs, like armor plated. It has those spikes up top. It has these spikes in the back. It's just like one crazy cool dinosaur, but not the only crazy cool armored dinosaur. We have the head here of a technically Ankylosaurus. I always call him Ankylosaurus until I saw Jurassic World. It's like they're correcting me, but here it is. It says Ankylosaurus. So it's like, oh, that sucks, but still, it's cool to see how these herbivores adapted to fighting off predators by having all these armors, these accoutrements, these weapons, you know, to fight them off. Just makes them really cool. Kind of getting more of an appreciation here for the Ankylosaurus. Kind of, they call it the tanks of the Mesozoic era. And they talk about these osteoderms forming over their back. So kind of like a turtle, interestingly enough, a little bit like that. Really cool. Not necessarily like their home, you know, but just something that they can protect themselves with. I'm used to seeing the rendition with the club on the back. I'm not sure if that club is fake or not. You know the one I'm talking about? It's like a mace on the end of their tail. But yeah, I just thought this was really fascinating here. So again, they kind of talk about the plates here, not necessarily being for armor, but for this one, kind of more like regulating body temperature, or it could have been on display, things like that. But still, you know, these, we know what the thing on the tail is for, right? Am I right? It's for attacking things, or defending itself, because, you know, these guys aren't carnivores, they're not hunting things down, they're hunting plants. But you can kind of see how closely they are related here. They're actually in the same group, which Tyrophorans. Oh, I was so close. I think that's pretty good. So what does that mean? I don't know. So armored dinosaurs, the Tyrophorans. False facts, though. Unique for having rows of bony plates. Oh no, what are they? Fast facts, not false facts. Fast. I was like, false facts. Why do they keep doing this? Osteoderms. Okay, that's the word today, everybody. Osteoderms on their backs. That's really cool. So it means shield bearers. Oh, that is so cool. I really like that. Shield bearers, yeah. The tanks, the shield bearers. Put them in the phalanx, people. You know my legionnaires, I love a shield bearer. Who wants to be a shield bearer? It's kind of like that video I was talking about before. This is the Diplodocus skull. This is the one that they actually used to put on Apatosaurus, or when they didn't have the actual skulls for them in the past. This is a Camosaurus, I believe. Yes. Camarasaurus. And then you have the old Brachiosaurus, which, if you guys know Jurassic Park, you probably have seen one of these skulls. Remember the little, kind of like the nose being up here and all that. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but it was in the Jurassic period. Oh, good work. And last but certainly not least, over here we have the Dromaeosaurs, or whatever. It kind of looked like raptors. You can kind of see that right here. Look at that. See how the spine the spine bends just like a bird. Oh no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Or the pelvic bone bends just like a bird. I'm trying to channel my inner Alan Grant. It's not working. Sam Neill, I need you here. Yeah, you can kind of see what these are like. Now, the raptors you see in Jurassic Park, they're called velociraptors. Not very accurate. The name is sexy and cool, but usually that just means that they're speedy thieves. That's what it means, velocis, speed, raptor, thief. But we're looking at Utah raptors. Those are more of like the 5 to 6 foot tall raptors that you see in those movies. I don't think we have one here, unfortunately, but this is pretty cool. Just imagine this guy just a little bit bigger. But as you can also see, probably covered and some feathers and stuff like this. Deinonychus. Oh, yeah, good stuff. You can see this claw right here, right over there, too. Very cool. Do not want to be on the receiving ends of these guys. And if you guys can't get a feel for the size, once again, using my hand as the perfect model. I'm not exactly close to it, but you can see I'm not too far away. This is still a pretty big creature. Like, this isn't something you'd want a few of them on you at any time. Kind of get a look here about what the next exhibit is for Sue, so the dinosaur and the T-Rex that we've been talking about. You kind of see her behind the red a little bit. This is just going to be coming out March 2019. It's gonna be a little bit, but that's okay. So you see the people are working, they're welding away over there. I was talking to one of the employees here and they said this used to be actually a 3D theater. There used to be seats back over here. Now that's all changed. They're gonna blow out those walls and then she's gonna be part of the dinosaurs, which we saw right over there. Pretty cool. I don't exactly get to see a Sue, but you're behind a red curtain. The mystery grows. He also said back in the day when they originally unveiled Sue that there were wall-to-wall people. There's like 5,000 to 10,000 people here the whole time packed. And they're hoping that it's going to happen again. Also sounds like the main hall from North 2000 is going to actually be open to the public to walk through. So if you just want to walk through without paying, you can do that. But it's just like the main hall stuff. But if you want to pay a little bit more, come up here and see old Sue. Model here of what sticky tar being like a trap. So if you're like a horse or something, kind of easy to pull your hoof out. But if you want to pull out the bigger one, it takes a little bit more effort. So that means if you were one of these big fellas or gals, you would get caught and it would be much, much harder to get out. Really cool, actually, little interpretation. All right, Legionnaires, we have moved into this special Chinese exhibit here. I just want to show you guys this. It's kind of this weird effect here, but you can see this kind of cool, like, topographical map of China. Very cool. I don't know what all these buttons, if these are buttons or not. This is south. I don't know if this is a button at all. Maybe it's just here to just touch or whatever, but... Oh, something's happening. What's happening? The Yellow River. Oh, fascinating. Okay, so basically, you see this on here, and it will show you up here what we're looking at here. So this is the Yellow River, presumably. Wow, cool. This is great. Kind of like an Omni feel, as it were, 360. So, yeah, that's very cool. Ooh. It smells very interesting in here. I don't even know what to put it on. Like kind of like a new smell. You know what it smells like? It smells a heck of a lot like if you've ever painted Easter eggs. That's what it is. There's an Easter egg hunt going on in here, and I'm invited. All right, I'm excited to see it. You don't even have to tell me who this guy is. This is Sun Tzu. If anybody knows this guy, Art of War. Oh yeah, I respect this gentleman. Yes, your teachings have taught me much, and I will use them. One of the nice things about this exhibit, besides that really cool piece of work that I know, is that it's a special exhibit. Like, you have to pay to get into this one, and I have an all-access pass, so it's much, much quieter in here. No food, drink, or flash photography, they told me, but this isn't flash, so we should be fine, as long as I'm not taking a bunch of selfies with Sun Tzu over there. I mean, it's tempting. I mean, the guy's just always calling to me. Hey, bud, hey, son. This is cool. 100 schools of thought. That's a lot of schools. It's a lot of schools, sir. All right, let's keep looking for those Easter eggs, shall we? I know what this feels like, or hope to one day. So this is what we just came out of, the Cyrus Tang Hall of China. Pretty cool exhibit, pretty quiet in there. And I like the lighting, kind of a little bit dim and stuff. That's just kind of more my speak. It's kind of bright out here in some spots, but I like that, kind of emphasizing the actual artifacts themselves. But a really cool exhibit. I recommend coming to it if you have the chance. But right next door, if you want to, there's a virtual reality dive into prehistoric seas. You can kind of get in these seats and put on little VR headsets and look around. That's actually pretty cool too. Well, look who stopped by to say hello. This is Sue's skull. Oh my gosh, I finally got to see her, which is probably the coolest thing about it. Look at those teeth. Incredible. Again, it's just, I can't even talk to you guys about the size, but imagine if that's one of the last things you ever saw. Really, really cool. They have this little spot up here, so if you didn't get to see Sue, you know, in her full and rightful glory, and that's okay, because you can still come over here and see her. You can see that the teeth that are embedded here are actually much longer than you would think. Again, my hand right next to her tooth. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, wow, look at that. Look at these teeth. Ugh. Such a beautiful creature. Oh, I wish I could have seen her in her heyday. I mean, behind, like, you know, lots of glass. Lots of glass. So I want to go in here, but before I come in here, I think there's some... Wait, what does it say? This one I found out was this is the Elizabeth Hubert Hall of Jades. There's Hall of Greats, but still. Ooh, jade, let's go look. Oh, by the way, if you guys were kind of confused of where we are, so the entrance we came in is way down over there. We're kind of up here on the second floor, and this is right off to the right. We get up to the top here. You come in here, see all the jade. You can see actually like a chunk of that taken out here. I can really appreciate. If the camera can, there we go, perfect. It says, this nephrite boulder was found near Lander, Wyoming, an area rich in nephrite deposits. A section was cut out and polished for you to see and touch. The stone weighs 2,490 pounds. So that's over a ton, folks. Ooh, very smooth, very nice, yes. Nephrite boulder. It's pretty massive. I don't want one of these things chucked or hucked at you. Cool. Unfortunately, we're not going to have time to go through every exhibit thoroughly, but we're going to do kind of a quick overview of all of them so you can kind of see what you could see while you're here. Starting with the Granger Hall of Gems, which I feel like we've seen that name before. We saw Granger over actually in the Shed Aquarium. You come in here and look at all the pretty gems, which they have a security guard posted outside, so I hope he doesn't think I'm casing the police, because I'm not. So, yeah. Ooh, wow. Pretty. The Chalmers Topaz. That's nice. Alright, you know, if you're, you know, trying to buy something nice and shiny for somebody, maybe this isn't the video to show them because there's a lot of pretty stuff here. A little bit, oh, I just want that thing. I'll take that. But, wow. It's really cool to see this stuff. And over here, modern diamond necklace. Kind of interesting to see how they showcase these things that are modern for us as humans and seeing how, like, going through the evolution of our planet, and now we're here where we're like, yes, we'd like all the shiny rocks on a string around our necks, please, thank you. So, yeah, Granger Hall of Gems. Pretty cool. Once again, to get kind of a perspective, we came in down there, we went all the way over there, we saw our elephants. Over there, we saw the dinosaurs and the Chinese exhibit. And then we had the, there's the plants if you want to go see those, but we also saw the jade. We had the gems right here. Now we're walking along this other side here. Fluorescent materials and whatnot. Other things you can see, the Pacific, which I might try to stop into here in a moment just to show it off to you guys. So, yeah, as you can see, quite a large facility. There's so much to do here, and this is just one level of it. I mean, there's 3. Like, there's so much going on here, and so much to see, so much to do. I would say that if it came down to it and you're looking to spend an entire day at one place, this place might be it because there's just so much. If you're an adult, but if you have kids with you, I don't know, you can still obviously spend the day here looking at totem poles and whatnot. Shed Aquarium is kind of fun because obviously if the creatures are moving, things are happening. There's that Chinese exhibit that we just saw there. Let's go see if we can find something over at that Pacific Ocean area. Oh, by the way, if you want to see DNA Discovery Center, so basically Jurassic Park is happening right in front of our eyes. No one's stopping them. I'm gonna go tell them life finds a way. Traveling the Pacific. Liquid hot lava. Cool. I mean hot. I mean coolly hot. I mean hotly cool. I feel like that's a joke. Oh. So you can come here and actually touch a piece of lava. Really cool. It's one of those things that's always fascinated me because it's that kind of amorphous solid, amorphous solid, I believe is what you call it. And you can see what happens is that it basically, you know, when it comes out, it comes out in these big spurts and blooms, and then it just reshapes the land, and then it's thick, you know, it's pretty nasty stuff. You wouldn't want to get caught in it, that's for dang sure, because there wouldn't be much left of you. I feel like there's YouTube videos of people throwing like things into lava to see what happens. But yeah, this is part of the Pacific exhibit. As you can see, we're kind of in the lava part now. We're moving over into the Finding Nemo section. No, Blue Tang, right? I hope that's right. But yeah, you can kind of see what this exhibit is. You know, it's interesting to see how they lay these things out, and how spaced out they can become. And then you kind of get to certain exhibits where it's like, there's nobody here. Like, you know, the dinosaur exhibit, there's always people there. But here it's like, not so much, but it's still cool. A lot of fun things to explore, and again, could be in here for quite a long time. So just pretend like it's you walking through here right now with me, your buddy Jimmy. Look at all the tropical trees, palm trees. Oh. Yeah. Hull. Canoe. Get some Moana vibes up in here. Yes. Away, away. I'm so sorry. I'll stop now. Guys, I decided to stop the vlog and take a quick trip to Tahiti. Oh my gosh, it's like we're walking down the street to Tahiti. Oh, this is nice. The people are honking at me. They're like, it's a stupid American. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. Oh my gosh, this is the new self-indulgence maximum. But still, this is actually kind of a fun little taste of what it'd be like. It's weird walking around here because you see like storefronts and stuff that you can just like walk up to, I guess. I don't know if I'm supposed to walk up there. I don't know, it's very strange. I feel like there should be people here, but there aren't any people here. I feel like this is apocalypse, end times. I mean, there's the lava jokes and the dinosaur stuff and the ice caps and all that. Oh no, maybe it's happened. One thing I really appreciate about this exhibit is getting to see the culture of kind of Polynesian, the Pacific people. It's something you wouldn't normally get to see, and just appreciating their art and their way of life, which is very, very fascinating, because when you're here in Chicago, you're probably not going to get a lot of chances to appreciate certain things just like that. Alright guys, here's the map. Just if you wanted to see what we're looking at, we've done pretty much everything here on the top floor. I kind of walked through it. It's very nice. Then we have the main level. If you guys remember, we have like the birds, all the animals are here. Some other stuff I haven't gotten to over here yet. Let's try to sneak down there potentially. And then the bottom level here where we went down and saw the tomb and the Egyptian stuff, which is really cool. Apparently there's a Jurassic World exhibition here. I'm gonna go try to find that, but again, you can see like an entire day of things to do. And the woman actually at the beginning, she circled the things that would be special attractions. So for instance, we have up here like the Cyrus Tang Hall of China and the Holep Hall and stuff like that, and the underground adventure. Let's see what else we can get into before closing time. So I just stepped into the ancient Mediterranean cultures in contact. Basically, it just talked about a bunch of ways of communication and how that stuff has gotten transplanted across the globe. You see the news right there, but they talk about how that moved over time. The reason I didn't shoot a lot in there's like a lot of security guards, so I felt like, it's like, I don't know if I should. But I wanted to step out here because I was just in the Native American and Indian spot, and I was just wanted to stop out here, just look at these totem poles. Ah, so cool. Pacific Northwest. Guys, I just want to give you a quick look at the prices that you can see here at Giordano's? Giordano's? I don't know, I'm so sorry. And here is my individual cheese pizza. It's only like $10, pretty good. Let's take a little look inside here, shall we? Ah, looks delicious. Alright, so I just got out of Giordano's and it's actually pretty good. I thought it was, for the price, pretty reasonable. It's about $10 for my personal cheese pizza, but stuck in my gut. But I got a cherry Coke with it, no ice, so cherry Pepsi, but still. Came out to be about $14 overall. I would say check it out if you're downtown. It's just kind of off, like in this little space in between. Like, you know, it's not off, like, it's off the major roads, Millennium Park, right up there. You need to check that out. And then, yeah, I would say stop by if you have a chance. Gets my certification for good pizza, but it's the only one I've had here. I feel like I have to try more. I should try one of those Chicago dogs too, but maybe on the next trip. We'll see. But off to Millennium Park. Let's go. We've been to the Shed Aquarium and we've been to the Field Museum of Natural History. Let's talk prices, let's talk shop a little bit because I forgot to mention these things. So for the Shed Aquarium, it was about $40 per person. We paid an extra $5 to go see this shark kind of 4D experience. It was fine, the 4D experience, it was okay, but the rest of it was excellent. I highly recommend you do that for sure. But the Field Museum, 38 bucks. You get a special, like, you get to pick one of the movies you get to see. Sue, the T-Rex, you guys probably didn't see her, but we got to see a movie about her, so the skeleton wasn't there. We saw pieces of her, we saw her behind a red veil, but we saw her skull, so it was nice to see her. But I just want to talk about those prices just a little bit. So again, it's like 40 bucks for Shed, 38 for the Field Museum. And the Field Museum's got so much stuff. The Shed didn't have as much, but the stuff, you know, it was alive. The animals were real. It's much more interactive, and you know, you could go pet the fish and do that kind of thing. Whereas the Field Museum's a little more hands-off. But they have a few things that you could do kind of to get involved, but there's so much to do there. If you wanted to do both of those in the same day, that'd be a very long day, even though they're located right next to each other. But I'd recommend doing it all the same. But yeah, we're down here and I'm looking at the Cloud Gate, which is, that's the name of the big bean here. And I just got done playing Watch Dogs, and I gotta say, they did a pretty good job recreating the city. It's kind of nuts looking around here and getting the vibe that I've already been here before. So that is one of the things that I love the most. But I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out here with me downtown Chicago. You know, if you want to support us, you can check us out on patreon.com/criticalreviews. Do vlogs like this once in a while, and I just kind of want to show you what my adventures are like. But I'm heading out to California soon, so this is not the last time you'll see me like this out in the open. So yeah, yeah, this really shot a lot of Dark Knight stuff though, and I feel like it's cool to be here in Gotham. And wait a second, what's this? Oh my goodness. Guys, I gotta go. Remember to adapt and overcome, and wish me luck. He's going down. Quick little bonus bit here. I looked it up. Loons can dive up to a depth of 200 feet under the water. I thought I knew that, but I just wanted to make sure. So, fun facts. There you go.